There are people that are 25, 30-year-old. In fact, there are people that are born in secular, atheistic households, but after looking, like whether it's Dawkins, whether it's Leo Tolstoy, all these guys, when you look at design, anybody that looks at design has to acknowledge that there has to be a designer. Yeah. So when you look at Santa Claus, when you look at other fairy tale things, a person won't accept them when they get older. But Islam is one of those things that you will. Go ahead.
I think evolution is the designer.
Right. That's a category mistake there. Evolution and Big Bang are mechanisms. Yeah, and God is a creator of mechanisms.
So you think God...
Let me just elaborate that. It's a small analogy. It's like a Ford car. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, how does it work? And somebody explains to me how it works. They give me the mechanisms. That doesn't mean that Henry Ford now ceases to exist. Henry Ford will always be there, even though I know how the pistons work, how I know how the hydraulics work. Similarly with the world. Us knowing how things work doesn't exclude the designer. Good?
It's a mechanism.
Why do you need a designer? Surely the evolution is good enough.
The pocket watch argument, isn't it? It's
not necessarily. Because the pocket watch example is a bit flawed. It's the William Paley example. It's flawed.
How is it any different to what you're saying?
Yeah, because a watch, it's one particular thing. And that one thing, you know the creator of that watch. You've seen the process taking place. But what you're saying is, but the universe, we haven't seen it being made, we don't know. But when you make that argument, that's a big slippery slope, because then you have to discredit Big Bang, you have to discredit evolution, you have to discredit geology, because evolution is predicated upon testimony, it's predicated on astrological findings, and you're not going to see the instigation and the beginning of that process. So that will lead to anarchy.
Using that argument, if we were to ask you, agnostic or atheist point of view, where did the universe come from? What would be your answer?
The Big Bang.
No, but the Big Bang is, like I said, it's a process.
The same question to you, where the God, like the stuff, we as humans, in reality, like this hasn't come from nothing. Like you can't just, like it's very easy to just go, God came from nowhere. Like
No, we are not using God as an equivalent. That's the reason I asked you from your perspective.
What's your start? You're saying what's our start. What's your start?
Yeah, we'll give you our answer, but I want to know first from your perspective, where you don't base this creation on God. As theists we do, but because you come from a different perspective, that's why I asked you from your point of view, where do you think the universe came from?
It's an explosion from.
Do you think that Big Bang just happened out of the blue?
Yeah.
Well,
it didn't. That's not what the scientists say.
There's theories that it's the result of a previous universe. No,
that's a cyclic universe. Again, it is the least accepted model of the universe. In fact, it's not even accepted by majority of the credible scientists in that field. The one that is most accepted is the Big Bang theory.
The theory behind I'm saying Big Bang.
Say again?
There are three starts of the Big Bang. One is that it came through like a black hole. One is that it's always been.
Black holes are part of the universe, so it can't come through a black hole.
Well, that's
black holes are part of the universe.
Well, scientists know better than
it's like a mother giving birth to herself.
Yeah, no, I've studied it, and things don't start from a black hole.
Yeah,
a black hole.
That's what we've been taught. I don't know.
It's when a star explodes, and then a black hole is made after supernova.
It's part of the universe.
There's an argument that it's popped out from.
What are the other two? You said there are three.
You said there were two.
No, I didn't say three. Oh, you said there were three. Okay.
There's one where it's because you know the universe is constantly expanding.
Yes, it is.
It's expanding from one, but it's everywhere. It's expanding. Like the point is everywhere.
No, we don't say it's expanding in a point. The thing is, everything that is space and time for the scientists, that is the universe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's everywhere.
So when you say expanding, that's how they compute the age of the universe. So they look at there's an equation for the expansion, and they reverse that equation to find out the age of the universe, and they say something in the region of 13.8 billion years. So this is how. So anything that began to exist, yes, then that has a cause. So you cannot say the universe doesn't have a cause because the universe began to exist. See what I mean?
Sorry, what's your name?
Prishti.
Brother.
But we
Prishti
really
with
have
a
to
P.
go.
B or P?
P.
B, yeah? Prishti.
I'll talk to you later because we really
Can we just make one thing before you go?
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Where are you off to? Where?
She's really thirsty. It's right there. It's right there.
It was nice conversations. Yeah.
She's gone to get water, and then he's just followed her.
Oh,
Yeah.
so are they coming back?
I think so. He wanted to stay for 5 more minutes. I think she was really thirsty. She asked for water about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, I see. That's fine, no problem. We can continue later. So you can close it. That's fine. Yeah. Rather one.
Was it Prishti or Brishti?
I didn't hear actually. So don't let anyone.
They should provide a water public access here around here because everybody come here.
It's true, it's true.
And it's hot, you know.
But this is Britain. This hot weather happens very rarely here. In fact, if you leave a glass here, the rain will, replenish that. How are you, brother? Welcome, salam. You good? Inshallah.
Because you're blocking the camera. Alright, so how are you doing, bro? Alright? You got any good discussions today?
Just one, yeah. In the morning, isn't it? Like the lady, yeah?
Is that guy Christian?
I saw you. Really?
Yeah. Is that Christian?
No.
The guy in the hat.
Pointless. He's not Christian.
No, he's racist.
Very racist. Very.
Who's racist? The guy with the hat? The guy with the hat?
Yeah, no point to
There are sisters with hijab talking to that crazy woman. Somebody should rescue her.
Which sister?
Some lady in a niqab. Just pull her out of them.
Yeah, just gotta be careful.
You know, we should have some sisters who can scout like that.
What's it called?
I wanted to speak to her about Hinduism as a separate discussion.
But it's good we quickly, she acknowledged that their being evil doesn't negate a God, but her point was that I wouldn't want to believe in that God. So if she comes back, that would be a good place to continue with her from, And she's like, I don't believe in a God that allows that evil. But that still doesn't disprove
You know, the
a
problem
God.
with Hinduism is, for them it's okay to be atheist.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, even if they say they are atheists, they are most likely Hindus.
Yeah.
That's the problem with Hindus. You cannot treat them like other atheists. They're a special kettle of fish. Right, let's see if we can find them.